I've never told you about Peter's biggest adventure, have I? I guess it all started when Peter found himself wanting to escape Neverland for a while. He summoned Tinker Bell, and with the help of her fairy dust, away they flew, over lands and seas riddled with magical creatures. A day later, Peter and Tinker Bell found themselves in London. He happened to float by an open window, and from inside rang the sound of a young girl's voice. She was talking about him. A quick peek inside confirmed that she was telling a story to two younger boys. They were entranced by the stories, but hey, who wouldn't be? It's Peter Pan, right? Peter hadn't felt so connected to another person in so long that he had to do something about it. He then sprinkled them all with fairy dust. "Off to Neverland!" he bellowed. Things are never always calm in a magical place. Looking back, I guess it would have been smarter for them to stay home. But really, no one could resist Peter's charm. Not long after arriving, they found themselves in trouble. 5 minutes into crossing the borders of Neverland, chaos had begun. Hook had a vendetta against Peter and the Lost Boys. Cannons were being fired this way and that way. The air was thick with smoke, and nowhere was safe. Peter tried to make the other children, who he'd come to know as Wendy, Michael and John, hide behind the clouds. Captain Hook is the nastiest, yellow-bellied, rum-guzzling of all. Peter Pan was so engaged in combat with Captain Hook that he hadn't realised that John, Michael and Wendy had been captured and tied to the bow of the ship. The Lost Boys and Tinker Bell had joined the fray. As Hook and the pirates rounded on Peter, a smile spread across Hook's lips. He thought he'd won at this point. The battle raged for nearly 2 hours, the cling and clang of sword on dagger, until eventually Hook got tired. He lunged at Peter and missed, straight over the edge of the ship. As Hook was being dragged down, he had one final thing to say to Peter. "I hate Peter Pan!" As Captain Hook got chomped. "Hurrah!" shouted Peter as they all started to cheer and celebrate at the glorious battle that they had just won. But all good parties must come to an end, and there was no more adventure to be had in Neverland. So Tinker Bell sprinkled the ship with her fairy dust, and off they flew onto the next adventure. I know this isn't the most exciting end to a story, but the truth never really is it? Now, I know you're wondering what happened to Peter. Did he return Wendy and her brother home? Did he remain in Neverland with the Lost Boys? Did he grow up? Well, I'll save that story for another day.